How to undertake interpolation, which is a way of estimating values between known data points, or quite simply, it is a method for finding the missing number. In our example, we need to find a missing spreader setting. We know the spreader setting at 32 grams per meter squared is 20, and at 40 it is 25. But we want to apply our fertilizer at 35 grams per meter squared. So what is the spreader setting X? If we were to plot our spreader settings on a chart, we would see at a rate of 32 grams per meter squared our spreader setting is 20, and at 40 grams per meter squared our spreader setting is 25, and at 35 grams our spreader setting is somewhere between 20 and 25. We could in theory just make a guess at what spreader setting X is, but to do it more accurately we need to interpolate the figure. In order to get to the answer we need to create an equation, and the equation should be set out as follows. First of all, we need to take the highest grams per meter squared application rate, which is 40, and then we need to minus our application rate, which is 35, which is the next figure down, and we need to multiply this by the lowest spreader setting, which is 20, we then need to add this to the following. We need to take the application rate we want to apply, which is 35, and we minus this with the lowest grams per meter squared application rate, which is 32. And we multiply this by the highest spreader setting, which is 25. Next we must divide this sum we need to take the highest grams per meter squared figure, which is 40, and then minus this with the lowest grams per meter squared figure, which is 32. So to get to our answer, we take 5 times 20, which is the difference between the top grams per meter squared and the next figure down that we want to apply, and our spreader setting of 20, plus the difference between the application rate we want and the next lowest application rate, which is 32. So it's 35 minus 32, which is 3. So it's 3 times the highest spreader setting, which is 25. And this should be divided by 8, which is the difference between the top grams per meter squared and the lowest grams per meter squared. So it equals 5 times 20 is 100, plus 3 times 25, which is 75, divided by 8, equals 175 divided by 8, and that equals 21.5 21.875, and that's our precise spreader setting. If you refer to the chart, at 35 grams, spreader setting X would be 21.875. Whilst the equation may seem quite daunting, as long as you follow the process and keep your equation tidy, you should be able to work out the missing figure without too much difficulty. And there's your answer, 21.875.